Faithful Hera was the goddess of women, family and marriage. The wife of mighty Zeus, she served as queen of the Olympian deities. Hera was also the patron of Argos in the Peloponnese. It was here that her worship in the ancient world was the most vibrant. Hera was bold, clever, and powerful, yet it was for her less flattering characteristics that she was best known. Above all else, Hera was a jealous and vengeful goddess, who struggled with her husband's many infidelities, and raged against his many lovers mortal and divine. In the end, her constant anger and consistent inability to exact the revenge she sought spoke powerfully to the place and perception of women in ancient Greece. The common threads of these stories of Hera said much about the place and perception of women in the deeply misogynistic culture of the ancient Greeks. Hera's faithfulness to Zeus, despite his many sexual improprieties, suggested that women were expected and encouraged to remain steadfast even when their husbands were not. Her futile attempts to exact revenge on Leto, Io, Alcmene, Hercules, and others indicated that there were limitations to the justice that women could expect to achieve, even if that justice was harsh at times. That her vengeance focused on women more so than on Zeus also gave some sense of whom the Greeks thought was to blame in such affairs. Finally, her unsuccessful efforts to sway the course of the Trojan War said much about the perception of female powerlessness in Greek society. Tellingly, it was the crafty male Odysseus who conceived of the Trojan horse that ended the conflict.
You've encountered mighty Heracles, big thick-headed fellow. You're not to aid him in his labors. Do you understand? He's in the middle of what we Olympians like to call a journey of self-discovery.
They understand the softer sides of our psyche in a way that I never could. I know you find my counsel stoic, but as the Queen of the Heavens, I now stand before you and tell you that our only hope is to reunite the Olympians.
Titans and gods are quite vulnerable creatures deep down, for we are all driven by a most delicate instrument as liable to stir our spirits or drive us to despair, as my dear Aphrodite knows full well.
Under your direction, you were great during the war, when there was a reason to be. Time to be great again.
Come now, my queen. The heart's the strongest part we've got, and tougher than it seems. We've withstood a bit upon this mountaintop, but we can take much more. Especially when our hearts all beat as one.
Hephaestus is no longer with us.
That Heracles is Zeus's lad, you know. Glory of Hera. I should be honored. He's just another mouth for me to feed, and one with quite an appetite at that. But I'll keep him busy, sure. We need all the help we can get.
What do you want?
Cronus now wields Hades' Bident. Without it, we can't unlock the invisible dome and free Zeus. Without him, we will all fall to Cronus.